Welcome back to another episode. Today we are going to take a nice quick look at the market update. There have been some stocks that are trending, so I just want to take a look at what's happening in the market today. The first stock we're going to take a look at is NIO. The stock is up about 5.3%. This is pretty strong, right? We know the EV market, especially the EV and the emerging market, has taken a hit. We can take a look at NIO, right? From its 52-week high closing, the stock is still down about 15.3%. But in the past month, it has been super strong to investors. It's up 25.9%. And today we do have some news. NIO right now kind of saw a nice bullish price target upgrade to $72 from $58.30. So we can see right now the stock finally broke over $50 after some time. It's sitting at $53.02. Within this upgrade, the analyst that upgraded also gave some form of analysis behind it. The first thing is they do expect that NIO to report some robust shipment volume for June, which he thinks will be followed by a sequential growth for the third and fourth quarter of 2021. So he expects strong growth for the full year for NIO. He did reiterate his full year guidance. He now expects 93,000 vehicles from NIO compared to 90,000 he originally had. He also did raise guidance for 2022 and 2024. So we can see the Citibank analyst that raised that price target, like I mentioned, of $72 is really bullish in the company. And for those that are not familiar, right, most of these EV companies, they kind of give you a monthly update of how many vehicles they deliver per month at the beginning of the following month. So right now we are coming into the end of June. Tomorrow, we can probably get it as soon as tomorrow morning, the update for their June sales. So a lot of investors are getting excited. It is important to remember that NIO did give us guidance on this full quarter and was expected to be somewhere between 21 to 22,000 vehicles, and they gave us at the beginning of their earnings. And now they did give us a reiteration to that guidance earlier this month. So I don't think, and many analysts don't think, there's going to be a huge increase from within that range. Especially, we have to remember, right, the semiconductor industry and the semiconductor shortage is definitely affecting the vehicle market right now. But we are going to see that in the upcoming days. Hopefully tomorrow we do get the update. And I think for today's video, I am going to take a look at some of the EV companies out right now. I know a lot of other players are up, so it might be good to just see how that market is doing. We can take a look at Tesla right now. Tesla it's pretty much flat for the day, up 0.5%. It's been a bit volatile. I just want to see how some of the competitors of NIO, especially in China, were doing. Next, the second stock I want to take a look at is Virgin Galactic Space, ticker SPCE. This one has been very all over the place, completely volatile. Today at one point it was down, I want to say, over 10%, but now it's kind of pretty much sitting flat, seeing a nice pull up. We can see, right, the stock is still up from in the past 5 days, up 13.67%. Even though from its peak it has pulled down about 18% already. We all know the reason for that pull up was the Virgin Galactic did get that approval for the commercial license, which was a great move for them. Recently the stock price has just been volatile, too much extension from there, but today there was also what they call a rare double downgrade from an analyst. And why the reason they call it rare double downgrade is originally they kind of had a buy for Virgin Galactic. Normally, an analyst, when they drop it down, they go from buy to hold and then from hold to sell. But this analyst said, screw that. He went directly from buy to sell because the stock has kind of flown off its price. The target price was around $41. And right now the stock is sitting at about $46.77. So no major change. This is mainly just analysts, again, moving the stock. And I want to say this is what's going to happen for a stock like this for a long time, especially since they're still pretty early in what they do and haven't really made any major revenue flights. The third stock we're going to take a look at is AMD. The stock right now is up about 4.3% for the day. It's had a strong 5 days. In the past 5 days, it's up 10%. I talked about AMD yesterday. We saw a few reasons why the stock price can be up. First, Intel kind of saw a delay on their chips, which kind of pushes upgrades to AMD, right? More bullish that they are going to grab market share. A second thing we saw is in the supercomputer list. I talk about it here actually in this video. I'm pretty cool to see myself on the news there trending. They did report that AMD is picking up shares in the supercomputer, top 500 supercomputers. I took a quick look at CNBC to see if there was any recent news. They mentioned that there was a Bank of America reiteration on the buy rating, calling the stock compelling and underappreciated. I'm pretty sure whoever this analyst is just watches my videos, because that's something we have definitely been talked about in this channel. And later on, I'm also going to just take a quick look at the technicals for each of these stocks, something I haven't done right now, but I am going to hit it later on in this episode. But I did see that this analyst happened about 2 days ago. This price target or this reiteration happened 2 days ago. So I don't believe that's what's really moving the price. I think it's just overall news of the excitement of Intel kind of losing that delay on their shipment for the new server chip, and also the overall just market expansion of AMD. They also did get the regulators of UK approved their Xilinx acquisition, so now we're only missing the Chinese regulators to approve that acquisition. The fourth company we are going to take a look at is Bed Bath & Beyond. This is traded on the ticker BBBY. They just reported earnings today, and the stock is up about 10.73%. I think at its high for the day was up almost 15 to 20%. There have been talks that's been pretty much volume wise. Even when I was streaming today, we had people just really talking about BBY going to the moon. So it seems like a lot of the what they call the Reddit crew right now was pushing BBY for some time. Not sure how true that is, but it definitely has pulled back about 14% from its high of the day. Right now, the stock is sitting at around $32.47. Not only was that push from volume happening, but there was a reiteration from price targets. Right now, there is an independent research provider that believes the 3-year transformation for BBBY or Bed Bath & Beyond is still happening and is on track on doing well. So they're keeping their price target of $40. That's a nice amount. That's about a 20% gain from where the stock is at right now. The second thing, like I mentioned, they did report earnings. Comparable sales increased 86% compared to same time last year. That seems like such a huge number, but remember, same time last year was COVID, so they saw a huge slowdown. So we expect those strong double-digit growth. But compared to 2019, which was more of a normal year, it only saw 3% growth. So earnings weren't too bad, right? It made a little bit of expectation. Net sales for the 3-month period are projected for next month or for next quarter are projected to be about $2.04 to $2.08 billion. This is a little bit higher than the forecasted by analysts. The same thing for the full year guidance. For the full year guidance, Bed Bath & Beyond expects a little bit more sales than analysts. So overall, just all that news is really moving BBBY. The final company we are going to take a look at is AST, SpaceMobile Inc. This is a fairly new company. They were a SPAC earlier on this year. Super small company, $2.6 billion. But we can see right now, as I am recording, the stock is up 34.87%. And like I mentioned, small market cap of $2.5 billion. The main reason is Deutsche Bank initiated coverage on AST with a buy rating of $35. We can see right now it's only at $13.77. So even from where the price is at, they're still expected around even over 100, close to 200% gains. That is impressive even after this big move. So it is important though that this analyst who initiated the coverage gave multiple scenarios, right? There were like 4 different scenarios. The average within those scenarios were about $35. One of the scenarios obviously led to a $0 depending on how their technology evolves. One of them was actually a lot higher than 35, but the average was around 35, which really got the stock pushing. One of the reasons is this is a brand new company. This is kind of a company that's trying to push the world's cell phone into satellite phones using what they call their highly proprietary technology. Unfortunately, this is kind of like pre-revenue, still in early stages. So there is big risk behind a company like this, right? What if their technology actually doesn't end up working? What if it's a market that's not needed? So regardless, there is risk to all these companies that have seen a nice price jump. All right, so now let's take a quick look at technicals, right? Technicals don't really stop me from buying or selling a stock. It just tells me, hey, is there a little bit more risk at the moment? And I do that by looking if the stock is overextended. First, we can see NIO. NIO has definitely pulled up a nice amount. It is a bit overextended. So if those numbers don't beat tomorrow, we could probably see a nice pull down on the stock. If we take a look at Tesla, Tesla doesn't look as bad as NIO. It's not too overextended. It's been pretty quiet for the past few months. So a little bit of the risk has been eliminated. If we take a look at space, right, this is the reason when a stock kind of pulls up a nice amount, the chances of it seeing some pull downs is a lot higher. Doesn't mean it's guaranteed, just that it's higher. Space right now is a bit extended, so I do believe a good portion of the risk is still there for a pull down. If we take a look at AMD, AMD has been killing it the past few days, but similar, right? It is a bit overextended right now. It doesn't mean it can't keep going, right? The stock price can keep going. The risk is just a bit higher. If we take a look at BBBY, very similar. It was a bit overextended. Now after it's pulled down, it's a little bit closer to its moving averages. I do believe it's still somewhat overextended. And finally, if we take a look at ASTS, the SpaceMobile one, very similar, overextended, right? All of these have jumped some crazy amount, but we just wanted to take a quick update to see what's happening in the market right now. I think later today I might either do a video on the EV market from NIO, or I think I might push into the new IPO that just happened. Let me know in the comments below, guys, which one you want me to do next. So take care, have a good night, and see you next time.